Thanks for everyone for coming down. Welcome to Tara Belton, CEO of the RSL, and also Willem Drew, who is the reigning Peter Bagco medal winner. This is a really significant week for our footy club and for the country. It's the 21st year consecutively that Port Adelaide has hosted ANZAC round. It's significantly culturally for our club, given our history. There are 164 players who have represented the club, who've also served the country in conflict. All of those players this week will have all of those people will have their names on our Guernsey this week. The proceeds from the sale of those match-worn Guernseys will go towards, be shared by the RSL and the club's ADF Veterans Program, which is another really important element of this week. For Port Adelaide, we run two really significant programs: the ADF Veterans Program, which helps veterans as they're coming out of the armed services back into the community, and another program called Power to Thrive, which helps the people who are in the armed services and their families integrate into the community. So it's a really significant week for our football club. Lots of celebrations, and we're looking forward to Saturday at Adelaide Oval against North Melbourne. It's one of those weeks where it feels like it's bigger than the game, it's bigger than us, and it's a great privilege for us to once again be hosting ANZAC round. Thank you. A bit open to any questions.
Willem, as someone who's won the award, how significant is this, from a playing perspective?
Yeah, from a playing perspective, it's obviously a round that we absolutely love to play in. As Richo just touched on, how important it is for the club, but for us as players, we understand the significance of the round, and it's something that we look forward to playing every year, and can't wait to get out there.
Is there anything the club or Ken does to sort of show what the ANZAC have meant to the club as well as the country?
Yeah, in previous years we've had some sort of past veterans come in and speak to us. I'm not entirely too sure what Kenny and the coaches have got for us this week, but I'm sure it'll be touched on throughout the week.
It's a different award, the Bagco medal. How did you feel when you won it last year, and how does it kind of stick with you? Yeah,
obviously it was a great honour to win the award, and it's voted on sort of that sort of spirit level, and doesn't have to go to sort of the best player. So something that I'm extremely proud of.
And Tara, to be a part of this partnership and the synergy that Port Adelaide, I know Richo's spoken about how proud they are as a football club, but what about you to be in partnership and to be part of a big day like this and to shine a light on the importance of ANZAC Day?
Yeah, thank you. It's great actually personally to be part of this. This is my first year as CEO at the RSL. To be able to, I guess, partner in something that's so important as this, to help us understand the sacrifices and keep that education piece alive, is fundamentally important to the RSL and to our 48,000 veterans in this state. So yeah, it's great.
Not being on ANZAC Day but still being part of the ANZAC Day round has just as much significance as the Friday.
Absolutely does, yeah, it sure does. Friday obviously commemorative, so a bit of a sombre, position to go with ANZAC Day. It being the following day, I think it makes it a little bit more special that we can continue that, that education piece that is missing.
Drew, how big have the last 2 weeks been for the playing group to get those two really big wins?
Yeah, absolutely massive. I think from a playing group's perspective, and also the coaches, we probably look back to that sort of St Kilda game and actually sort of gained a lot of confidence from that. I suppose the coaches reviewed that game and thought that we're actually sort of doing some things that were really vital to us. And then the last 2 weeks have been some big games, and we've been able to sort of get a head start on our opposition, and I suppose sort of just held on in the end, but really pleasing to get those wins and definitely get that momentum going.
Has there been something identified about the fourth quarter so far this year? Because last year you were so good in that regard, and this year you haven't won one yet.
Yeah, look, I think sort of in this day and age, it's pretty hard to play 4 quarters of footy and dominate all the time. I suppose the thing for us is we're able to win in different ways, which is really pleasing. Obviously, it does get a little bit tense there in those last quarters, but we've been able to get the job done, and that's the pleasing thing.
Matt, with Ollie, do you need to give him this weekend off to get on top of the heart issue again?
No, look, I think as Ollie has talked about himself, it's not a new situation. It's something that Ollie and his medical team have been well aware of in their managing. So Ollie's at the clubs today in really good spirits, and I think Ollie's got a great team of medical people around him that give him great confidence and give us great confidence.
Is there any concern or frustration that the surgery that he had hasn't kind of fixed the issue like he thought it would?
Yeah, I think Ollie expressed, probably just frustration, but it's one of those. I guess that's one of the issues that he'll be addressing with his medical team at the moment. But from our perspective, there's no concern. He's got the right care around him, and he's in very good hands.
Are you happy with how the spectator issue was resolved in Sydney?
Yeah, I thought that the way that it was promptly dealt with. I thought Sydney were terrific in the way that they handled it and got straight to Aaliyah. It's an unfortunate situation. I think Ken put it really well that people come to the footy, enjoy the spectacle that these guys put on. They're incredible athletes. It was a tense game at the end. Cheer, support your team, but there's a line, and clearly that young man went over the line, and he'll learn a lesson from that. But I think the message for everyone that goes to the footy is we at times we can all be better.
And so on all the priorities at Alberton, where does getting Zach to sign past 2026 sit?
No, well, yeah, we'd certainly we're right up there. But look, Zach is going really well at the moment, obviously, and we know how much the group means to Zach and vice versa. So I'm sure that will take care of itself in time.
When do you try and look at it from a club? Do you try and look at it going this year, or are you happy? Are you comfortable waiting for the whole contract to run out and go address it next year? Yeah,
look, our list management team do an outstanding job. They're working well in advance, and that'd be no different in this situation. So I've got great confidence in the people that are managing that as well as managing the rest of our list profile.
And Willem Thatcher looks like he's getting a little bit closer, whether that be at teamful level this week or otherwise. How does it feel like now you've got pretty much close to your whole side out there? Obviously, Jack McCoshen's still not too far away, but in recent weeks you've had a lot of big names back.
Yeah, definitely really pleasing. I think we might only have 4 on the injury list, which is really pleasing. And yeah, obviously for Zerk, I think he's going to be available for selection this week. So he's put in a mountain of work, and he's sort of been grinding away there for a bit by himself. But it'd be really great to see him back out there, and I hope he goes well.
Joey, from a player perspective, how big has Zach's return been in the turnaround of form?
Yeah, Zach's been massive. I think everyone knows he's a massive part of this team. He just competes, just loves the contest, and so skillful and a really valuable team member.
And Ollie, obviously, it goes without saying, you'd love to have him out there for the ANZAC round as well, someone who likes to get in and under like you. Yeah,
absolutely. What you're going to get from Ollie every week, and provide such a great contest, and another person that you just love playing with.
Kane Farrell probably going to play his 100th game. It's been pretty quite transformation for him from a guy probably being consistent now, a really key part of your backline over there.
Yeah, a massive week for Faz playing his 100th game. A super close mate of mine who we used to live together early days, and obviously he's been through a lot with a few injuries and whatnot. So going to be a really exciting game for him, and obviously his family and mates are super proud of him. So pumped for him.
Do you reckon he'll have a speech in mind or anything like that?
No, I'm not too sure.
And Miles, I think a bit of knee soreness, Bergman, but he should be okay hopefully this week. Yeah, I think he'll be fine. He's sort of been battling sort of a few little niggles here and there the last couple of weeks, but from what I know, he's pulled up pretty well, and should be fine this weekend.